Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now? You're listening to Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. I'm your host, comedian Carmen Barton. I'm here joined with Camo Pesos, aka Cam, aka my son.
What's going on, y'all?
What's
What's
up,
up?
Cameron?
What's up? I'm behind the boards. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. We coming to you live from Inglewood, California. Live, baby.
Yep.
Inglewood. We,
Vibrations.
vibrations, frequency. I'm sorry, I got to get this together. Vibrations, Frequency Studios. It's just amazing. They're hosting us, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be in Inglewood. You all are used to me coming to you from Hollywood, and I like Inglewood so much better, primarily because I live in Inglewood. So this is amazing to me. I came here, I woke up, I still got cold in the side of my eyes. I just rolled out of bed in this bitch. I'm so happy to be here. I didn't have to deal with that thick ass traffic on that 101.
That's good.
I rolled right in Vibration Studios, and I'm happy that they're having us here today. Like I said, we're in Inglewood, and everybody knows, if you don't know, I live in Inglewood, the city of champions, and I'm happy to be. I like to live amongst my people. I'm from Ferguson, Missouri, so I'm living in Inglewood now, and I'm still amongst my people. They kind of named it the city of champions back in the day because of the forum, but they're changing it to the city of artists. So we got champions and we got artists up in here. And I'm just happy to be in Inglewood. I try to be a pillar in my community, and it's amazing to be able to come and bring to you all the drama we have for Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now? It's been a minute since we've been up in here together, Cam. It's been a minute. You know, I had a couple of weeks where you was doing your own thing. I had to shut that shit down. I was about to change the name of my damn show to Camos. I'm like, this nigga don't even mention me in the show or nothing.
Every time at the beginning.
Not enough.
The top of the show.
Not enough. But we back in this bitch. We gon' this is gonna be an amazing episode. We're making some changes to Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now? The first change is it starts from within. So the change that I've made is I've gained 6 pounds. So I wanna let everybody know I'm a little bit
That's
chunkier. It's not a good change. I'm trying to get rid. I'm thinking about fucking crack. You know, because I done tried every diet, and I don't know. I just be looking at crackheads like, you know, the only problem you don't have is your weight. Like this is, or either getting locked up. Like that's my only solution. That's the only way I'm gonna have the discipline to really get in this gym and work out. If I just really, really just go to jail, like I won't have nothing to do but work out in jail. You know, I see a lot of men get out of jail cut up and buff and shit, but bitches, they be getting out of jail looking a mess. Like, what did you do for your 6 years in jail? You don't look no better physically.
They don't gotta work out, I don't think.
Do they have jails with women's? I mean, do they have like gyms and women's?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if they do. All I be seeing on the TV is bitches doing plants and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing going on in women's prisons but planting gardens and eating coochie. That's all the fuck I see. Bitches getting wives and shit. That's all I see. I don't know. I don't know if that jail will help me, but I need some help. I need some help. I'm fucking a personal trainer and I'm still fat as fuck. I don't know what the problem is here, but it's not going well for me. But I'm happy to be here. I missed you guys. It's been so much going on. I'm glad you guys are tuning in to Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. It's so many things that I haven't touched on because I haven't been with you. I've had a few weeks off. I've enjoyed my few weeks of ripping and running. I've been on the road. I still have amazing things going on in my career that I'll be bringing to you guys. And, you know, ain't nothing changed. We still going to be, definitely nothing has changed but the content of the show. We still going to be talking about these toxic bitches and how they affect the world. And, you know, man, these bitches are toxic out here in these streets. Today's show It's going to be amazing. We're going to be talking about toxic women in sports. And I'm not talking about no, the toxic women who are the athletes. I'm talking about how these toxic women are affecting the game. They fucking up the game. And I don't like it. I don't like it. It's so many things that I want to touch on. And when you look at men getting in trouble with women in sports, there's no other sport that stands out other than football. I mean, we have a lot of other sports that have issues with women. We have the notorious Mike Tyson rape.
Mm.
Mike Tyson was accused and charged and convicted of rape um, in his prime, in the prime of his career, and he served jail time. It's been made very famous by a lot of comedians who have joked about, um, you know, these questionable allegations. I know comedian Honest John has one of my favorite bits about the rape. Like, what are you doing to come to a man's hotel room at 2 a.m.? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? But that was the situation. Chick came in for a booty call. And I don't know, maybe she thought he was gonna be nice when he took the pussy. I don't know what happened, but anyway, she accused him of rape. He was convicted. He served jail time. So it's not only football players who go through this drama. We also have the Kobe Bryant rape situation where
Mm-hmm.
Kobe was playing in Denver, Colorado, and his game against the Nuggets. I'm sure he won the game, and maybe he wanted to just release more than shots. He wanted to release different kind of shots after the game because he hooked up with the hotel clerk. And
What?
yeah, you didn't know this, my son. These millennials don't be knowing nothing about what's going on. He hooked up with the hotel clerk in Denver, and she was an ugly, stringy hair bitch. Like she
Ooh.
was like trash, and so he hooked up with her and she came back saying that he raped her and he was in and out of court. It went to trial.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember him saying, talking about how he busted in her face,
What?
came in her face. And he was in court describing how he busted in her face and how that was his thing to bust in his face. And
Wow.
his wife stood by him. He bought her a new ring, and they still together and had more kids after the shit. And so, I mean, but this is something that happens.
Uh-huh.
Women,
She wasn't gonna
will
leave, huh?
target athletes. More recently, Derrick Rose has some rape accusations.
Really?
You don't know nothing.
Oh, that was last
Yeah,
year?
I mean,
Wow.
it was the more recent of a non-football player, because you
Mm-hmm.
don't have, we're gonna get into football, how it's so common with
Uh-huh.
football players, and but I'm just touching on the non-football players, and so Derrick Rose, he was accused of rape. It was a girl that he was dealing with. It wasn't a stranger or someone that he met in the hotel. He had an ongoing relationship with this woman.
Mm-hmm.
He bought her a laptop. They would frequently communicate via Skype, and um, Derek wanted a threesome. He wanted her to fuck him and his boy.
Wow.
And she act like she wasn't down, but that bitch was down. Tried to make it seem
Wow.
like, he took advantage of her and she was out of it and woke up and her booty hole was hurting and it was lube on the bed and condoms, and so she felt violated. But I believe that if he had a been there with her, holding her in his arms the next morning, it might have had a different outcome.
Mm.
So she went and she accused him of rape and wanted all his money and shit.
Wow.
I mean, I think it's unfortunate in society. I know that if I were ever raped, it wouldn't be about the money. We're living in a society where instead of women wanting their rapist or the person who sexually assaulted them to
Mm.
be punished and jailed,
They just want money.
they just want money.
That's why they
And
fail.
that's a game changer to me when it comes to real victims. A real victim ain't no amount of money. Um, we talk a lot about Carmen. We talk a lot on Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now about um, police brutality and the effects of police brutality? And when you look at these nationally known cases of Mike Brown and Sandra Bland, um, ultimately they do end up getting money from the city. But in these cases, a life has been lost. A life has been, nothing can replace a loss. So when your child is murdered, your loved one is murdered, and you seek some type of financial compensation in the end, it doesn't, it's not much, but it's something because a life was lost. These bitches just got their feelings hurt. Right. And they want millions of dollars because they got their fucking feelings hurt, and it just ain't right.
Well, it's the commissioner of football that made it popular, right? The commissioner
well, I mean, I don't know. Even more recently, we have because it's not always rape. It's it typically is when we're talking about these athletes getting in trouble with women. We have a lot of domestic violence issues. DeMarcus Cousins was recently in trouble. He got married. He wanted his son to be in the wedding, or at least at the wedding, and his baby mama was hating. Typical hating ass, bitter baby mama. These hating ass, bitter bitches. Which I used to be one. I wasn't as hateful as these bitches, but we gonna tap into this shit about me and my issues. But DeMarcus Cousins basically got into a verbal altercation with his baby's mother because ultimately she wouldn't bring the child to his wedding, or he wasn't, he wasn't allowed to participate in his nuptials for his new bride, and that upset her. A wedding is a life-changing moment, and you want your children there, but apparently it wasn't his day or some shit, and so she didn't want to take him, and so he had some very harsh words for her. Some very threats. I don't want to dance around the shit. He threatened the bitch. He told her, "Hey, I'm gonna pull a bullet in your head."
What?
Yeah. So he was under fire for that. And like I said, we're gonna get into a lot of my opinion about this. These are stories that most of my listeners have heard. Thank you all for listening. These are stories, unlike you, Cameron, who don't know nothing about what's going on outside the music world. But but most people have heard these stories. But what you're going to hear today on Carmen Barton, Can You Hear Me Now, is my point of view. This is my point of view. This is how I feel about it. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like it, but this is how I feel about it. And I am a woman. But and right now is an era of a women. We got all these equal rights and women's rights and bitches marching and all of this shit, and we want equal pay. We want to be able to be treated like this. We got this racist, sexist pig in office leading our nation. Yep. And it's all about the rise of the woman. And I'm a woman, and I want to rise. I do. I want to rise. I want equal pay. I want to be treated equally, but I will not sit back and not acknowledge that all this equal woman, equal rights, year of the woman is fueling toxic women. Because just like they're bad men, just like they're racist men, they're bad women. They're toxic women. And all they doing, instead of joining in the fight and uplifting women, they're using this to tear down men. Yep. See, the thing about it is that a woman of any race will fuck with a black man. A woman of any race will lay down with a black man and reproduce with a black man, but these bitches won't lift a black man up when they being torn down. And that's my problem. And that's where I come in. Yeah, I got a daughter, but I got two sons. So, right. When I look at situations like Chris Brown, which, I think he's doing an amazing job of outliving um, the unfortunate things that he went through in his past
Mm-hmm.
with the
Rihanna.
with the altercation with Rihanna. He's bounced back from that, and you're able to do that when you
Uh-huh.
have talent. You know what I'm saying? When you have talent, people will overlook so much shit when you have talent, and But when the situation first came out, it was years ago. I was still living in St. Louis when it happened, and I just remember, wondering what the fuck she did. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody ever trips off.
Oh yeah.
Nobody ever want to try to look into
Uh-huh.
the situation, and I think it's unfortunate that women are allowed to be emotional and have emotional breakdowns and call and make threats and
Also, they never get in trouble for making fake accusations
Oh,
on
we gonna
people.
get into all this
Uh-huh.
shit with these lying bitches. Yeah, So, which is ultimately the reason why it happens so much is because there are very minimal consequences for women who are. It's very minimal consequences for women who lie. Okay. So back to Chris Brown, I think that he did an amazing job of bouncing back. He's being recognized for he's made a lot of mistakes. He's often under fire. He was recently in the news for saying some shit about good hair and the type of bitch that he want. If he want to fuck a dog, that don't got nothing to do with you bitches. Like what? Why are y'all mad at him because of the type of woman that he wants to sleep with? You know what I'm saying?
Be
So
crazy.
it is what it is. All this brings me to um my whole point and my whole topic about toxic women in sports. So now we move on to football. Now this, let me tell y'all this. I'm not a sports analyst. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not no ESPN type of bitch that know all the ins and outs of every sports. I am most knowledgeable um, in basketball. I know all the ins and outs of basketball. I'm able to look at a player and tell his weaknesses. I'm able to uh, to know exactly what's going on when the ref blows the whistle. I know the call before it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I know basketball. I'm very
Mm-hmm.
educated on the sports, the history of the sport. I've played the sport very little,
Mm-hmm.
not at a professional level or anything like that, or even on an organized team. But I know how to play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very good.
All right.
I'm a much better fan. But my older brother played basketball. My younger brother played basketball in high school. And so I'm a basketball fan. I know basketball. I can sit and have an intelligent conversation about basketball with the greats. I
Mm-hmm.
can sit and have a conversation with Shaq about basketball, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know basketball, okay? Baseball. I know baseball. I'm a St. Louis Cardinals fan.
All right.
I know the ins and outs. I know the rules. I know a lot about baseball. I know more than the average person about baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Football. I know a lot about football, but I'm not as educated about the ins and outs and the details of the sport
Mm-hmm.
as I am with basketball and baseball. I know more than the person who don't know nothing. I know the difference between uh, false start and offsides. I know little shit like that the average person may not know. Am I a baseball fan? I don't have a team. I have a team that I hate. But I don't really have a team that I love right now. I have players that I like and
Okay.
players that I fuck with. I know the different positions of football.
Mm-hmm.
Football to me it's a little bit more complex and complicated than those other sports. And so I'm not as educated as football.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying all this to say that when I get into my my spiel and my topic of these toxic bitches, which football players are notorious. There are more football players that get in trouble for sexual assault and
Mm-hmm.
domestic violence than
Yep.
any other sport. You know,
Yep.
you got sprinkles of different sports, that gets into things. You got, but it's mostly these goddamn football players. It's mostly them, and we're gonna get into my opinion about why it's mostly them. Football is a contact sport. Um, baseball is not a contact sport. You hitting the ball. It's
Mm-hmm.
every once in a while you'll have a fight
Hmm.
in baseball, and it'll be amazing. The
Mm-hmm.
benches are clear, and they'll be throwing hands, and
Uh-huh.
it'll be exciting because that's not a contact sport. You know what I'm saying?
But they have
Uh,
bats though. I don't
huh?
understand why they don't just use bats.
Oh,
Like
that
let the
that's oh, you
they
want
got the
somebody to die? You talking
like,
about why
they
don't
got
just
the
use
bats.
bats?
This is
No,
what
they
they for.
use their hands. I remember one time they had a fight. This dude, he went and hit somebody through his glasses. Goddamn,
Ooh.
I'm talking about right in the eye. But yeah. So as I'm telling y'all, I'm giving you all a heads up that I'm not that football bitch who knows everything. This is the tight end, this is the tight end. I mean, of course, I know the quarterback, I know the running back, I know the basic, but I'm not into it like that. Okay, so when I give you my opinion about the things that are going on, just know that I'm coming more from the stance of a black woman who is basically looking at the injustices that are going on in that sport.
Mm-hmm.
Am I a fan? Yeah, I don't. I can't even remember the last time I've been to a football game. But I will watch the Super Bowl, and I watched this when they was boycotting because of the Colin Kaepernick situation. It was very easy for me to boycott because I don't watch that shit that much, no fucking way. Um, so
Funny.
so let's get into football. Um, football players are notorious for getting into trouble off the field. Um, and it's very different when they do shit off the field. Let's go back to Mike Tyson, who was accused, charged, and convicted of rape.
Mm-hmm.
Even after he served his time, he was able to come back into boxing and pursue his career. Of course, he couldn't continue to box while he was in jail. The motherfucker was in jail. It's not
You can box in jail.
let's not be dumb. Derrick Rose never missed a game
Mm.
due to his recent rape allegations and his in and out of court. Nor did Kobe Bryant.
Mm.
Um,
But you saying this is a good thing?
I'm saying that these athletes, Mike Tyson was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and he was jailed, and he was able to come back into boxing. Kobe Bryant, we don't need to name his accolades. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
knows it.
Yep.
His name is recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows his accomplishments that he's had in the NBA.
Yep.
And Derrick Rose as well. He's also a very successful um, basketball player, former MVP. So we don't have to go into their success, but I will mention that when these men were accused and charged and one convicted of crimes against women, it didn't affect. I'm not gonna say it didn't affect. They didn't lose their jobs.
Right.
Let's put it like that. Football is very different. Football is a contact sport. I think that the reason why a lot of a reason why a lot of football players there's so many more football players getting in trouble for things like that is because I think that football players are naturally more aggressive.
Yep.
They're at the highest level. They're aggressive. They get paid to knock the shit out of people on the court. So
Yep.
so they're naturally more aggressive. Um, and I think that it's unfair that when a lot of black athletes are accused of doing something, they lose their jobs.
Yep. Yep.
And it's and we're not only talking about um, we're not only talking about sexual assault, and Michael Vick was arrested and served jail time for dog fighting.
Yep.
And you know, I mean, I live in California. These motherfuckers out here love their dogs. You can kill a fucking human being, and then you can kill a dog. And when that dog get killed, that you gonna go down. You know, people care more about the life of a dog than they care about a human being
Yep.
these days.
So they got Cosby and R. Kelly also, and then Epstein and Winston and Trump. All of
Yeah,
them are still
yeah,
thriving.
and we're not, and that's a whole nother thing,
Yeah.
because we're
Besides
talking about,
sports.
but besides sports,
Yeah.
but we're going, and we're gonna also touch upon that too.
Okay.
It's a thing now. So basically, my problem is that you have all these people who are losing their jobs because of things that are off the field. This don't have nothing to do with them doing nothing on the field. This is off the field. Certain situations, I feel like, maybe, but I ultimately feel like they're trying to say that, oh, the NFL has a no tolerance for this and no tolerance for that. But that's if you black. They don't tolerate shit.
Right.
If you black,
Right.
if you are black. So there's several different athletes that have had issues and have gotten in trouble for this. So many. The list is really long as fuck,
Yep.
but
Take a break
they
from it.
handle them differently. Adrian Peterson,
Mhm.
a player in the NFL, um, he was under fire because of some child abuse. He beat his child, and people felt like it was too aggressive. And
Who is this?
Adrian Peterson,
Really?
people felt like it was aggressive, and so they felt like it's too much, drawing too much negative attention for the team, and so he, lost a job, I believe, because of it. And different. When you're dealing with black men, they gonna fuck with you, but it's different things that they really fucking with you, mainly behind these bitches. That's my whole point. Mainly behind these bitches. You got Josh Gordon of the Patriots. He was with the Browns, Cleveland Browns, and he went to the Patriots, and he got a weed problem. He's a weed head. He can't stop smoking weed. He can't stop smoking weed. He cannot stay clean and pass these drug tests, and they got help for him. They got help for him. They allowed him to continue to play, and they allowed him to be a part of these programs, and they got help for him. And he's black,
Yep.
and I think that that's amazing that they got help for him. But let's talk about some of these other players that may have needed help that didn't get no help. Ray Rice,
Ray Rice.
the
I've heard of Ray Rice.
infamous elevator
Oh yeah,
slap.
the slapping and the beating in the elevator. I remember that.
He knocked his baby mama out in the elevator. Was he wrong? Hell
And she
yeah, he
got
was
knocked
wrong.
out. I thought she was just hurt. Real
Oh,
bad.
he knocked that bitch
Yeah.
out and drug her. Her body was limp. That motherfucker
yeah, I
drug
remember
her
that.
like
I
it
remember
was
he
a
drugged
bag
her,
of
yeah.
like a big ass block of ice.
Yeah.
Um,
That wasn't cool.
but before she, look, I'ma always defend my black man. So if you have a problem listening to a woman defending a black man, you may want to find something else to listen to or watch, because I'm going to defend them. Is it wrong to hit a woman? Yes, it is wrong to hit a woman. I have been hit before. It's wrong. It was wrong. But I am a major provoker. Let me just clarify that I haven't been hit any time recently. This was years and years ago. I was in my 20s and maybe even teens. Um, but you get into situations, and my friend Courtney and I talked about this the other day. Her father is a police officer, and she explained that her father told her that you cannot expect a man to display any less self-control than the woman displays. So basically, if you can hit, you need to expect to get hit back.
That's not a lot of women.
If you hit a man, you need to be expecting to get hit back. I don't think that it's fair that a woman. I don't. So me, I don't have to display no self control. I can run up on you and slap you and hit you and punch you and not get hit back. What the fuck part of the game is this?
That's not taught to women though. I feel like more so.
I taught it to my daughter.
Women are taught that you are a woman and no man should be hitting you no matter what.
And that's the reason why we have these goddamn Brittany Taylors walking around here, and these bitches who need their ass beat. They gonna shut my show down. I don't give a fuck. Some of you bitches need to get hit. Anytime you running up on a man, hitting a man, fucking with him to the point where you're displaying no self-control, but you want the man to display self-control. What part of the game is this? Why do you feel like that it's okay for you to hit a man and not get hit? Tying this back in to Ray Rice, there was, some shoving and pushing. Some shoving and some pushing going on. But this is a man, this is a professional NFL player. His strength is not nowhere near, matchable. And he was wrong for it. You know what I'm saying? He knocked her out. The NFL was under fire because at the end of the day, it was discovered that they knew about this. And allowed him to play even though they knew about it. But so fucking what? If Kobe can rape a bitch and still play, how come this motherfucker can't hit this bitch? This bitch, my whole thing is that she wasn't even mad. She got up, she smelled the little smelling salt and woke up and walked right home and fucked him that night. So why is everybody else mad? It was at that point it was his baby mama. She became his fiance. By the time everything came out, they was married. There were no charges filed against him. Why this man got to lose his job? Because he was unable to display self-control when other players don't display self-control, they get them help. I really believe with a lot of these football players, there's a chemical imbalance, and clearly it is with this next man we're gonna talk about. But I feel like, who's doing anything to try to get these people help? Nobody. So we're going to take a break.
Yep.
And we're going to come back from the break, and we're going to talk about Antonio Brown.
Ooh.
Antonio Brown is the main topic of my discussion, and we're going to go in the ins and outs from my perspective of the Antonio Brown situation and what part these toxic bitches play. It ain't all the bitches' fault, but they play a part. So stay with us. You're listening to Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. We're in Inglewood, California, and I'm loving it. You're listening to Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Toxic bitches.
Don't you fucking give up. I'm a lone liver. I'ma go get up. Tell you once, I'ma tell you once. Don't hit up. Just be gone. Don't know what she want. Don't figure. Chase it, I did it again. I'ma go stick with the ends. You know I'm in it to win. Chase a grand. You know I'm the man. Tell a friend. Make a bend. Guitar with a snare. Make a bend. Stay cool. You was faithful, but she played you. sometimes that be what you need to really make things last. You may need that uncomfortable to make things rash and take things back and turn it to some HD cash. That's why I'm with it, go get it, boat, pretty, go, stick it, boat, steady, but my flow, scary, hope, said I'm about to blow, ready, just let my soul take care of goals. No, I'm finna get the gold so clever. Wipe it off, let me pipe you up, go injure on your mark. I already won, don't give up. How many niggas died in they prime? I can't even decide on which to get the weapon or put faith in God. Cause these motherfuckers evil, got no mercy when they slide. I'm from Fergie and I got a feeling dirty from the rise. Hurt these niggas pride when I swerve it on the side. I can work it like a Mexican, no service, no oblige. But you better have my service when I turn up on your line. Bitch, your heart circle be jerked the way you slurping on my job. Boy, stop, you ain't with this heart since 1995. That's when I was born a legend who was always in his prime. That's why I'm gonna be the best until these niggas simmer down. That's why I had pressed the E, cause when I hit you, press decline. Don't click now. Don't click. Don't click. Don't click. Don't click. Don't click. Don't click. Back up in it. Devil wrote it and heaven sent it. You won't always wanna step to me if I ruined your pivot. I'm rising close to the ceiling. What you think will come next? My mind is close to Olympus. Feel the thunder close in. Strike you as a nigga who comes timely with the pen. I flow so godly, preachers say I can't come round her when I spit. I don't know why these niggas try, they need a 9 to 5 to split. I don't know how to even stop because my drive is so intense. Check my wrist. Check my wrist. Yeah, hurt these niggas pride. 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 When I swerve it on the side. Hurt these niggas pride. 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 When I swerve it on the side. Killer booth as in any state. Winning fool had to get a plate. Win and lose, I'ma get the game. If you switch a rules, then he get the plank. Hard cold while I grab heaters. Long ropes like I'm Black Jesus. Wrong cold so you can't meet us, nigga. Hold up. Okay, killer booth as in any state. Where was you when I needed faith? Where was you when they broke in our house and took the car to a different state? Better move for the bigger state. Hit your roof and then ricochet. Hit your dude, now you in his face saying, nigga, you shouldn't even came. I'm about to call to the hotel lobby where your bitches giving top off a whole damn body. I probably wish I couldn't whip your old dead body, but I'm bitching at the grave just in case you can't find me off. The guy done fucked up the whole damn party. Niggas really fake, say she only ate Barbies. Hit him with the bass and won't never say sorry. I ain't wanna catch a case, but the paper kept falling. Oh, they can't stop me, I'm going up all day. All these niggas sloppy, I taught them how to get clean. All your hoes watch me, they wondering why I stay. I told them they can't find me unless they giving us face. Wipe that, look off it, this be put in the coffin. This be they talking coffee, pack a pre to get me started. Might see me where it's steamy, looking breezy in the party. Know my weed be causing seizures, I can't breathe, I need a doctor. Put that smoke all in my noggin. I just hope I get that Rari. They think it's a game till I pull up in our parking. You might wanna pump your brakes, tell your hoe don't get me started.
Welcome back to Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now? Coming to you live from Inglewood, California. We talking about these bitches, these lying ass women. We're talking about the NFL. We're just getting into the whole Antonio Brown situation. Now,
Oh man.
earlier in the show, I talked about my knowledge of everything that's going on. You know, with police brutality and how, you know, I have a passion for this because I have sons. I'm from Ferguson, Missouri, and I have been greatly impacted by the mistreatment of African American men. I feel like so many women advocate for women and this women movement and women marches and all of that. I just feel like nobody's really advocating for the men and looking at the way that black men are being treated. So we move on to this whole sports world and we talk about all the things that are going on in the sports world and how different the NFL is than most other sports. Right now we're talking about Antonio Brown. Now, Antonio Brown made a lot of mistakes. He did a lot of stupid things. I will not come on to this show and not acknowledge that. It has to be acknowledged. This is my understanding of what the situation was with Antonio Brown. This is what I see. This may not be what really happened. This might not be all the way right. I may not have all the right facts, but this is my interpretation of the Antonio Brown story, and this is my opinion and point of view about it. So we got Antonio Brown, who's playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers underneath Coach Mike Tomlin. Now, if anybody knows anything about who this man is, Mike Tomlin, when you see him, he look like he don't play. So, black coach, one of the few great black coaches that there are in the NFL. He has some issues with Mike Tomlin, and he handled the issues improperly. He went as far as to be posting text messages that he, got with the coach when they bumping heads, and
Really?
then primarily he has a rival with Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger is the quarterback, and just from what I know about basketball and about sports in general and the behind the scene of sports, when you have a rival with your teammates and the team is not getting along, it creates a poison in the locker room, okay? And it makes it very difficult to coach, okay? So you got this inner toxicness within the team. And so Antonio Brown wants to lead the team, and he wants to go to the Patriots. Well, the Steelers don't want him to go to the Patriots because they're in the same division. Why do we want to give you two some motherfuckers to beat us more? Right. And let me just add that the Patriots, the New England Patriots, that is the team that I hate the most in the NFL. I hate all things Boston, period. Sorry to everybody in Boston. I don't like the fucking Celtics. I don't like the fucking Red Sox. I don't like the Patriots. I hate the Patriots. I hate Belichick. Hate is a very strong word. Yeah. Let me rephrase that. I hate the Patriots, and I hate Belichick. I don't have another word for that. I think that Bill Belichick is a cheating ass motherfucker, and he will cheat to win, and he has cheated to win, and I don't like them. Ever since they beat the Rams in the Super Bowl and they cheated and they spied on the team and watched their plays, and that's how they lost. They cheat. They're gonna deflate they're gonna deflate footballs, they gonna do whatever they can to win, they gonna cheat. So I don't like them. So now that we got that out the way. They didn't want to trade AB to the Patriots because that's a team in their division, and they don't want to, they don't want to do that, So they was like putting it off, and so he ended up going to the Oakland Raiders. Okay, Oakland Raiders. He gets to the Oakland Raiders, and Antonio Brown gets to the Oakland Raiders, and he acting like a diva there. Now, Antonio Brown is a 7-time Pro Bowler. Okay, he's not no bullshit ass player. He ain't one of them dudes that'll be on the bench, So he start tripping with them. Oh, they don't like me. They mistreating me. I don't know all the details of all of the shit. He got into it with them motherfuckers, and he ended up blowing a whole $30 million contract. Okay.
That's some good money.
Then, as fate would have it, he ended up leaving the Oakland Raiders, blowing the contract, couldn't get along with them, having all these issues with them, and going where? To the Patriots, where he wanted to go any fucking way.
Oh, yeah.
So he gets to the Patriots, and before he can even get his goddamn cleats and shit on and the damn helmet fucking tied up, here comes this bitch, Brittany Taylor, with some sexual assault allegations. Now, Brittany Taylor was his trainer when he played for the Steelers. I don't know how much trainers make.
Female trainer?
Huh?
You had a female trainer?
Yeah, there's a lot of female trainers that train male professional athletes. Because everybody talking shit about we can do the same shit too. So you let these bitches get close to the fucking athletes, and this is what the fuck they do. Damn it. This is why now when men stop fucking with female trainers, period, and don't want them bitches around, I'm trying to thank this bitch Brittany Taylor. Because if they would have never let this bitch near this man, he wouldn't be in this shit. So Brittany Taylor comes out, and she she files a lawsuit against Antonio Brown, and she's saying that he, and because he don't want to settle this lawsuit, she comes out with these rape allegations. Okay, I don't have all the details in front of me. But I know that she claimed that she got raped 3 times. How in the fuck does somebody rape you 3 times? How does somebody rape you 3 times? How, like this is ridiculous. This is so frustrating to even talk about. How these bitches be lying. And my whole thing is that they fucking it up for the real bitches who get raped. Because there's bitches out here that's getting raped for real. I'm sorry I keep saying bitches, but I can't think of another word right now. I'm working on my vocabulary. I want to say female or individual or young lady, but this is a bitch. I mean, I know I just can't imagine how you can explain how someone raped you 3 times, how someone was given the opportunity 3 different times. I think being raped 3 times is the equivalent of being murdered 3 times. I think that's what we need to look at this as. We need to look at this, and we need to make this equal to a bitch on a stand saying that he murdered me 3 times. I died. And then I came back to life, and then 3 weeks later, he murdered me again. Like, bitch, stop lying. She was in a relationship with this man, and the relationship didn't go her way. And like most bitter-ass bitches, she wants some money because apparently her personal training check is not giving her the income that she wants to be able to live off of. You know what I'm saying? This bitch just want red bottoms, and she trying to get that, and her salary is only allowing her to get them Steve Madden type of shoes, and she don't want to wear them Steve Madden type of shoes. So now she has to get raped 3 times by one person. Like, bitch, what? So, my problem with these Brittany Taylors, let me take a break because the story continues. My point of view, in my opinion, and my problem with these Brittany Taylors out here is that they face no consequences. They face zero. It costs you no money to go and lie on somebody. It costs them nothing. And in the end, a lot of times when women do these type of things, they win. That's the reason why they do them, because the average millionaire ain't got time to play with you. I don't have time to take off work, to miss games and miss practice. Just throw this bitch 100,000 and let her move to just go away. Let me just pay you to go away. and so they get away with it. You know what I'm saying? And the court system is built for these bitches. This is how the court system is built to cater to these lying ass bitches. These bitches don't have to have no evidence. They don't have to have no witnesses. They come across as victims, and they have no consequence. Why are we not locking these bitches up for lying? Why is it that when you do the research and you prove that they lied, you don't try to go after how much money it took you to find out, like they did, what's that boy named? Jesse Smollett. Oh, y'all went above and beyond to find out he made that shit up. Y'all went above and beyond to figure out that he created some drama to try to get some sympathy from people and some more money from lead down for the show or whatever. Y'all make sure y'all found his ass, But they don't do these white boys like that. When you accuse of when a white boy is accused of some shit, Speaking of white boys accused of some shit, let's go back to the original rival of Antonio Brown, Ben Roethlisberger, a known rapist. 2 separate sexual assault cases. I just found out he missed a couple of games. I think he missed 2 games with the first one, 2-game suspension, and 2 games for each one. I believe it was 4 games. A slap on the wrist is what they gave this white boy. A slap on the wrist. Oh, stop it. Stop it. You can rape these bitches, but just don't slap them with your dick. Just stop it. It's ridiculous. And the average non-African American that gets into these trouble, you don't even hear about this shit. It's so many more that you don't even hear about. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is that have that same energy. My problem with the NFL is that they are punishing these players who have never even been convicted of crimes. They're punishing these players who have never been convicted of these crimes.
Yep.
So after Brittany Taylor came out with her lies, this lying bitch talking about he raped me 3 times. You had an ongoing relationship with this man that you was fucking with for a long period of time, and now you want to go back after the fact and have an indication that you were sexually assaulted. How, bitch? Like who is even listening to this shit? It's so frustrating to me. And so nevertheless, and now it's coming out, So Bill Belichick in the beginning, he was saying, well, we don't know what's going on. Let's see, because this looks sketchy. Yeah, it does look sketchy. It is sketchy. But at the end of the day, he knew what the fucking case was. He didn't give a fuck, which he shouldn't give a fuck, because I don't feel like you should lose your job because a bitch want to lie on you. Why should I lose my job because somebody wants to lie on me? Since when, we're supposed to be have a system where you're innocent until proven guilty.
Guilty. Yep.
So where is it that because of accusations you lose your job? So with all of this going against this talented young man who was in his prime, Antonio Brown, he decides that he's mad at Brittany Taylor for lying on him. So he wants to text her. So he proceeds to send this bitch all these goddamn text messages going off on her, telling her how he gonna fuck her up, and the text messages was horrible. And I don't think it was anything more horrible about the text message than the goddamn improper English and spelling mistakes. I mean, he's clearly emotional when I'm talking about. I don't think it was. I don't even know how nobody can understand what the fuck he was trying to say with all them goddamn misspelled words and improper English. You know, it was the text message. The text messages were so bad, so filled with so many grammatical errors that after the Patriots fired him, which they fired him, he just went back to school. Like, they not finna keep talking about me like this. He just enrolled in college, which I don't even know how he got, and he should have enrolled in the 5th grade with them goddamn text messages. This is ridiculous. Like, why don't you have somebody typing this shit out for you? But on a serious note, you know, a lot of these toxic women that I'm talking about, they're very calculated. Okay, they're very calculated, and they plan things out. And a lot of men, they play themselves because they're so predictable at a certain point. Brittany Taylor knew exactly what buttons to push. She knew exactly what buttons to push. She knew how he would respond. And when he responded, she released the text messages, turned them over and released them. And, you know, now he ain't playing for no fucking body. Yeah. You know? But I want to ask Brittany Taylor, if this man raped you 3 times, why his number ain't blocked, bitch? Why are you receiving messages from this rapist that you're supposed to be so upset with? Why is he able to even access you?
He should have played it smarter though. He should have just.
I mean, my thing is that yes, of course he should not have responded. But this man is human and he is emotional, just as emotional as these lying ass bitches want to claim that they are. And so how he reacted, you know, was a normal reaction for upset. He was mad. He went. I already know. He went and got that phone and was like, "Bitch." I'm telling you, the messages I could tell when he sent them. He was sitting on the toilet. He was taking a dump. You know how when you sit on the toilet and that's when you can really get your shit out. You know what I'm saying? That's literally. You can literally get your shit out. You get your fucking rocks off. This nigga was sitting on his goddamn toilet after he done found out all this bitch, all the shit she said, and he just let his fingers do the talking and just went in on her ass. Antonio, where is the positive people in your life, nigga? Like, what the fuck is going on? It pisses me off. See, men, I try to tell you and your brother and your sister who dating women now, too. Shit, I got 3 whole sons out this bitch now. And they think I'm finna be out here joining a damn march for these damn toxic ass bitches. I try to explain to you that you need positive people in your life. That you need people who will tell you when you doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody to be like, hey, this is not the move to text this bitch. Yeah. You need somebody saying, hey, don't do it. Yeah. You know, or you need somebody who's gonna be like, this nigga finna fuck his shit up. Let me just take his phone and throw it in the toilet until he calms down.
There's millions of dollars on the line.
You know how much money is on the line? You know how many people are happy to see you fail? Do you know how many people who have fought and paid the price and got fucked over? One of the things that I wanted to add about Ray Rice. The unfortunate thing about his situation is that he did everything right. Ray Rice had the altercation with his baby mama turned wife, and he sought help. He apologized. He made things right with the woman, and they should have given him a second chance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And he should have been able to advocate for men and help men, and they tore him down. Then you have Antonio Brown, who clearly has issues. This man got issues. When you go all the way back to the text messages that he posted, and then when he got into it with the Oakland Raiders, he didn't go in and have a meeting with them. This motherfucker went on Instagram and told and wrote letters to them and told it. If people don't get the fuck off social media with their drama, why is social media the go-to for your drama? Get off social media with your drama. Like this shit, everything is this shit is not appropriate.
It's feeding them instant gratification because people see it right on the site, so they feel like that's all they need
One
because
thing,
you saw it.
and my thing is that Antonio Brown, I'm trying to support him. I feel sorry for him. I feel like in a sense the whole Brittany Taylor situation, he's a victim. He's really a victim. These women are not victims. These women are the villains. These women are the assailants who assault people's character. They attack people's financial means to try to gain, because you ain't got no hustle, bitch, and you weren't Steve Madden's. Instead of you trying to figure out another motherfucker to train, or twist or something to where you can start making more money. Your only means of getting ahead of in life is to go after somebody else's money that they fucking making.
Yep.
These bitches, they have no consequences for their fucking actions, and they constantly are fucking people over. You know what I'm saying?
That's why men have to start being smarter too. They just gotta.
Men have to start being smarter, but we also need a system in effect. See, there's a systematic. I can't think of the proper words because I'm starting to get emotional. I'm so upset about this shit. It's pissing me off, Cameron. It really does, because the system is catering to these lying ass bitches, especially when it comes down to bringing down a black man. But lie on a white boy. Lie on a white boy. We've sat down in the studio and we've had case after case after example of these white boys. This white boy went before a judge. The judge said rapist. They had DNA evidence. He's a known rapist. The judge said, since he has a bright future and a chance to go to college, we're going to just give him the lighter sentence. Why catering to these white boys? If these people, hey, Antonio Brown, you not a white boy. You not a white boy. You and OJ gonna learn that y'all is some niggas. At the end of the day, I don't care how talented you are. Just like OJ thought that he was above that shit. He thought that he was above that shit. You get away with murder. And then you want to go kidnap a motherfucker and do all this dumb shit, talking about yo whatever the shit was that they had his, just dumb shit. Now you want to get out trying to give Antonio Brown some advice. Did you see that shit?
No.
If you don't sit your ass down, nigga, if you don't go find that goddamn Bronco that you was in and sit in the back of that motherfucker and shut up. I'm gonna need you not to give nobody no goddamn advice. You can't tell nobody shit about nothing, but it's the mentality that they have. Antonio Brown acting like he a white boy. You ain't no white boy. The fuck is you texting this bitch this dumb shit for? Knowing that she getting ready to go public with it. Now it's like I just feel so bad for him, because now it's almost impossible to advocate for him. And now, out of all of the fucked up shit Brittany Taylor did, it's now nobody ain't even looking at the shit because of how you reacted.
Right.
Even though you reacted, it was a normal reaction, a motherfucker lying on you. I was recently accused of doing some shit. You don't know how bad I wanted to, do this shit Antonio Brown did. You lying ass bitch, you ain't shit. You got all them goddamn kids with different daddies. You trifling, and you know what I'm saying. No, but you a side bitch. Don't nobody. But you can't do that type of shit. You have to chess it. You have to play chess.
Yep.
This bitch Brittany Taylor playing chess. This motherfucker, she predicted his move before he could even get a chance to think about what he gonna do or say. She knew his next move. She knew he was gonna text her. She knew all of this shit. You know, when are we gonna stop allowing these bitches to file civil suits for rape? Bitch, rape is a crime punishable. The time that you do for rape is 7 to 20 years. Why are you in civil court trying to get some money for some shit that this man could go to jail for? Because you ain't been raped, bitch. You ain't been raped. A while back, I got into it with somebody on social media who said something negative about Bill Cosby. Because I'm going to fight for Bill Cosby to the end. I'm trying to figure out where he is so I can write him a letter. I don't think he can read that motherfucker. I think he blind. I read somewhere that he got a lover in jail. I don't know what the deal is,
What?
but
No, you
yeah,
didn't.
people. I did read that. People be lying so much, but my whole thing, you know, with the Bill Cosby situation is that I don't know how many women it was, but I know how many it was that Trump has sexually assaulted 17 women, and he is the president of the United States
of America.
17 bitches that he done assaulted. He's a racist, he's a sexist, and he's a sexual assailant. And my whole thing is that he can become president. And these are not bitches that he called to his hotel room and agreed to fuck like Bill Cosby. You know, now some of them bitches, Bill, you probably got some of them bitches. You know, but the majority of the women that he dealt with, he told them, I'm putting something in your drink to relax you. They met him up with him in late hours, and they wasn't reading no goddamn scripts. So I don't want to hear these lying-ass bitches. You know what I'm saying? There's no consequences. You know, I feel like
he was trying to buy CNN.
Huh?
He was trying to buy CNN, I heard.
Yeah, I mean,
not CNN.
Whatever
NBC,
the case, I don't believe that.
You don't believe this?
No, I don't believe that. I believe that it was a bomb waiting to happen, and I believe that you get all these women who come forth, and you know, because bitches love to be in the limelight, and in the end of the day, they gonna get some money. You know, they feel like they gonna get some money, so why not? Why not sell a motherfucker out? You know. I feel like women need to be accountable. I feel like when you accuse someone and that person is vindicated, there should be consequences. There will be consequences for motherfuckers that accuse me of some shit. I promise you, you ain't never met a bitch like me. You ain't never met a bitch like me that's gonna do the motherfucking thing. And see, part of the reason why I can, I think that part of the reason why I'm so passionate about these toxic bitches is because I can remember times in my life when I was younger that I had a lot of toxic ways and toxic thoughts and toxic plans. I never accused anybody of rape. I never accused anybody of doing anything to me. My toxic shit, I just did other little dumb shit. Like I was that bitter baby mama. Yes, I was. I was that bitch who was mad that a motherfucker moved on. But I ain't gonna go to the extreme. What I would do is I would just fuck my baby daddy and then take pictures of the shit and send it to the bitch and be like, I just fucked him. That was the type of toxic bitch. That's the type of toxic shit I did. You know what I'm saying? But part of the reason why I was so bitter was
That's
because I was
funny.
still fucking with them. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? So it was a ring that I was involved in, and it was a game that these niggas was playing. This my baby mama. I can still fuck with her and have this. So I'm gonna tell this bitch every chance I get. I'm snitch on your ass. You know what I'm saying? But I was in my late teens and early 20s, and you know that was dumb shit. You know, I wasn't even the whole child support system. I was so oblivious to the fact that I was participating in a I don't know in in a
Court
trap
system?
for
The
black
court system,
men.
yeah.
You know, you know, everybody who going to get child support, I mean, you got some men that they should pay, and if they don't pay, you gotta do what you gotta do. But the average man, but when you're dealing with somebody who can't pay or they helping out, and you go to child support, at the end of the day, you can't make no man take care of his kids, bitch. At the end of the day, you cannot make no man be with you. You cannot make no man take care of his kids. You can't make him, you know, do none of that shit. So when you do toxic shit and use kids and try to use the court system, you only fucking yourself, dummy. You're only creating a barrier between your child and your child's father. And you know, you get these Brittany Taylors, and you get these bitches who want to lie and who want to fall in to all of these categories of women that's involved in it. And because of these bad apples, I don't be believing none of these bitches. It's bitches out here that are really getting raped. It's kids out here that are really getting abused. It's people out here that are real victims, and we don't even have time to cater to them because of all this fake shit. And it's just ridiculous. When is there going to come a time where they're going to look into women lying and they're going to punish women for lying? You know, and all these old cake ass niggas, I have a problem with these men. They be like, oh yeah, equal rights for women. Man, y'all are some fucking, man. I don't want to get our shit, our radio show shut
I believe
down
in equal rights
by
for
saying,
women.
no,
I
you
believe
are,
they
but
should
you're
be
not
equal.
on. You're not out here advocating and marching for these lying ass bitches.
No.
And when you do that, you give them the fuel that they need to become Brittany Taylors.
Well, the
And,
downside.
and my whole thing is, ain't nobody saying shit about this lying shit. Am I the only one who is shocked by the mere phrase "raped 3 times"? Am I the only one?
Nope.
Come on, these bitches need consequences. These bitches need
But
to get
see-
jailed.
But see, that's why when it comes to me searching and being around certain women, I don't do the traditional thing as to chase them. I don't feel like it's necessary because they want equal rights. Well, then you should try to be getting me then. I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna,
I'm not gonna
finna-
say that. I mean, I
that's how
feel like
I feel like it's so many things that's going on with these allegations and these rape things and all of this stuff that I would rather not be bothered. So you got to come and get me. Like
yeah.
you know,
My thing. My thing.
I
Let
feel
me
like
let me say
I'm
this.
worth that.
Someone listening, you're listening to Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. We're talking about toxic women in sports, and going into the details of the Antonio Brown situation and the part that Brittany Taylor played. And Antonio Brown was wrong for them text messages. You know, he allowed this bitch to push his buttons, and he allowed, you know, her you know, he reacted in a way that was just terrible for the situation. And now nobody can talk about anything but these text messages. You know what I'm saying? So, and the whole point, everybody's missing the whole point, is that there's a reason why the spelling was so bad, because he was emotional. There's a reason why he was so upset. There's the reason why he said those inappropriate things, because you got a relationship with, you know, with a woman, and you fucking her and you busting on her back and she's sucking you off. You doing all of this shit to her, and because she wants some of your fucking money, she twists shit and say you raped her. What more I would be surprised if he wasn't mad. I would be more shocked if he was silent. If he was silent, I'd be like, well, he might have did that shit because he ain't said shit. You know? So As far as the equal rights for women, listen, I'm a female. I work in the entertainment industry, and I'm constantly getting fucked. I'm constantly getting fucked. I've had situations where I have worked with men, even as a level of an opening act, where another comic, male comic, did the exact thing that I did, same amount of time, all that shit, and was paid more than me. So don't think for 1 minute that I feel like I'm above advocating for myself or any other woman, because I'm not. But my whole point is that I used that frustration to uh, create a lane for myself where I was able to make more. Uh, So you ain't gonna give me no more money. I gotta get out here and get it myself. I gotta use this opportunity to get more money myself. So that's where it is. I feel like you gotta have hustle. I feel like ultimately, when I look at a bitch who wants to try to cry rape or wants to try to be this victim and wants to try to say that I was raped, so let me go file this civil lawsuit and get some money. Um, I look at it as you just ain't got the proper hustle. So this is a hustle for you.
Yep.
Women every day are having babies by athletes. They got bitches stuffing turkey basters in they pussies, squeezing out semen. Well, no, the squeezing the
What?
semen. No, they squeeze the semen out of the condom and use a turkey baster to put it inside their vagina
What?
and impregnate themselves. Yeah, that's the oldest trick in the book.
Say it again. What is it? They use the turkey bacon?
Baster.
Baster.
So you
Smoky
know the
baster.
big squeegee thing,
Yeah. Oh,
like a
yeah,
syringe.
yeah. Oh.
They
get
take
that out of men?
they take the semen from
Uh-huh.
the condom
And put it in there.
and they suck it out and they
Oh,
put it
in there.
inside and impregnate
Oh, yeah, I've
themselves.
heard of that. I've heard of that.
Yeah, so that's the very very
That's
old trick,
Ugh.
popular trick. Because they want to get, because once you get a baby,
It's
nigga, once you
over.
get a DNA test, you ain't gotta never talk to this bitch. Just give me the fucking money. Just pay the money.
Man,
They don't care about having a man be there for the child and things like that. They just want the fucking money, and so
man, be
uh,
more smarter. That's all I got to say.
it ain't
On
nothing, at the
y'all
end of the
end.
day, a man is gonna fuck. At the end of the
Yeah,
day,
but they can be
that's
smart
how
about
men
it
are
too.
built. Men are built to fuck. So ain't no niggas ain't gonna never stop fucking bitches ever to the end of time, and that's why they gonna constantly be, you know, slaves to Brittany Taylors, because at the end of the day, and my whole thing is going back to what I said to you, just like Mike Tyson, during the time of Mike Tyson's prime, he had no one around him that was really good to him and that would really tell him, Mike, let's do this, let's do that. Everybody around him was just taking his money and taking advantage of him and stealing from him. Antonio Brown clearly has no one around him. You are a millionaire professional athlete. You ain't smart enough to get with at least one bitch that's gonna be your bottom bitch that's gonna tell you, hey, do what you do out here, but let me help protect you from the enemy. You
That's
ain't
why you
got
gotta be
one
smart.
bitch in your life or one nigga,
He
one
prob-
boy,
He
one
probably had
homeboy.
one, but they probably got lost in the process of him getting money. That's why you have to realize what the real money is, because that's real. That's money you can't even pay for. It's a person who go do that for you. So
That's true.
sometimes you gotta just know you can't cut them off. You gotta know who those people are.
I I met a football player. He was tossed around a couple of different teams. Um, and I would see him in a lot of different cities. I wasn't fucking with him or nothing. We was just cool. He loved comedy, and so he'll be at my show in L.A. and then I'll be in another city, and he'll be there. And he played for a couple of different teams. And every time he would come to the show, he would always have these two dudes with him.
Hmm.
One of them was like an older white dude, and one of them was like a younger black dude. But they was always be with him. And at one of the shows, I talked to them, and I was like, "Oh, y'all players too?" And one of them told me, "My job is to keep him from doing stupid stuff. That's my job. So you see me a lot because I get paid to hang with him and make sure he don't do nothing stupid.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
that's a hell of a job. I need Antonio Brown to hire a motherfucker like that because that's the motherfucker that's
expensive
gonna
to
make
them.
sure the condom get flushed.
That's too expensive to them. They feel like they want to do
No.
what they want to do. So
No, it's not. We're gonna take another break and we're gonna
Yep.
come back. We're gonna get to the second half of the show where we're gonna be discussing something else. I done said, talked about these bitches so bad. I done wore myself out. But we're gonna be right back. You listen to Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. This is Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now?
How that paper feel. That's why I keep coming up with flows that make them haters feel. They say I don't fuck with Shorty. He ain't really stating real. Bitch, you been through nothing. I done sold my clothes to scrape a meal. Bitch, you been through nothing. I done fuck with hoes that hate me still. Bitch, I've been here struggling. Only dummies think I'm making meals. Stomach steady rumbling while rushing to get that plate to them. But I knew that one day my money would be as straight as pins. Sign me up, I'm wondering what your life like. Yeah. Sign me up, I fuck it, she go night, night. Yeah. All these hoes sucking, they won't never get a buck. If she was with you from the jump, should be a nice diet, tight flight. Shout out to my grandma, they can't get my grandma. Bitch, this country grandma got my partner in the slammer. Wait, bitch, this country grandma, auntie son was selling grandma's weight. Tryna get my plan up to go chill at the cabana. Hey, hey, yeah. And it's like that, little bitch. MVP, I wanna freak, you know I like that, little bitch. MTV go wanna see how I can fight back, little bitch. Oh, you like that, little bitch? I'll be right back with this. One in the arm, one in the head, you thinking it's over. One in the chest, nigga, you dead, ain't get no exposure. Blow up like explosives, I'm just going through the motions. Got no bricks up on this road, I'm going straight up like a stoner, told you.
Look, you already know I'ma blow it. Know I'ma blow it. Blow it, ayy, blow it, ayy, blow it, ayy, blow it, ayy, ayy. Walking the mall with them bands, you already know I'ma blow it. 30 be all in my pants, don't try me cause I'm gonna blow it. Flexing, I think I'm the man, they mad and these niggas know it. Shawty wants go to my crib, she hop in my car and she blow it. Walking the mall with them bands, you already know I'ma blow it. 30 be all in my pants, don't try me cause I'm gonna blow it. Flexing, I think I'm the man, they mad and these niggas know it. Shawty wants go to my crib, she hop in my car and she blow it.
Blow it, blow it, blow it. Check my wrist, look like it's snowing. Me and Marlo going global. Ask your Mayho, bitch, she know it. I'm a rapper, I'm a poet. Come and capture, it's a moment, it's a classic. All components make us smash it like she open. Yeah, it ain't low key, girl, I'm the motive. For some OE down her throat, it's all for a fee, but I pay a little more. You can go and get the key if you don't know what a dough is. Got a weed to remind under control. Pounds of the green, it's a sign, it's a go. Pounds to the team, we get wild on the coast. I'm not a fiend, but I'm liable to smoke. White people say I look rad, it's true, and I ain't even noticed. Black people say I look mad, it's cause I go hard, gotta focus. Niggas say I'm chosen, I was sent here for commotion. Bitches say that I'm they dad, I just hope that I don't blow it.
Walking the mall with them bands, you already know I'ma blow it. 30 be all in my pants, don't try me cause I'm gonna blow it. Flexing, I think I'm the man, they mad and these niggas know it. Shawty wants go to my crib, she hop in my car and she blow it. Walking the mall with them bands, you already know I'ma blow it. 30 be all in my pants, don't try me cause I'm gonna blow it. Flexing, I think I'm the man, they mad and these niggas know it. Shawty wants go to my crib, she hop in my car and she blow it.
Look, you moving backwards again. That whole rap was trash, throw that to the bin. Recycling your life, your man friends want you back. Yeah, they lost, so they clap for a win. Yeah, clap for me, bitch, happily. I don't need to grant it to show that I'm glad we here. I know. Look, you moving backwards again. Half your kin ain't even asked where you been. Half you did ain't even half of your rent. Got you working like a slave cause you black, you ain't shit. As far as I heard, the blacks is really lit. As far as I heard, you actually really rich. Hold up. Wait, hold up. Now I ain't rich yet, but I'ma get there and get a real nice chick with some thick curves. She know the real life shit ain't gon' kill her. Go have a real nice sense of the real world. She know that even at the bottom we can get to the top. And she know even a good model end up giving the top. She don't want power boy Joyce like a villainous cop. She just want all I know is going, but then I'ma pop and play on. Play on, nigga, play on, play on. Standing tall, bitch, I'm bold. Porsche's ball, Amber Rose. I need God and some hoes. He know us, damn he cold. Antidote is savage with a little piece of average Joe. Of course I do speak Spanish, me no papi rapido. Hold up, you know we go show up. He mentioned in the coke, so you know we go blow up soon. Boogie down bad, but it's so uptuned. Making niggas mad, they like, oh that's cool. Why don't you rap about this? Don't bump that, cause I know where I'm from and I know where I'm at. Other niggas want crumbs, I need a whole stack. How you tryna be a bum, but you still go give back? Hold up. Get the Hennessy, blow up. Nigga blow up. I already had it glow, so I'ma glow up. Roll up.
Welcome back to Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now? Coming to you live from Inglewood, California. Marcus King presents Dash Comedy. This has been an amazing show today. We're getting ready to take a hard curve and get off of this. As I close out my subject and get into my great announcements and things to come and a little bit of another subject, I want to tell you guys that it's probably not the end of the road for Antonio Brown. Several news outlets have been reporting that there are teams that are interested in signing him. See, the thing about it is when you have talent, especially when you're playing sports, people are so forgiving. At the end of the day, football is loved by so many millions and millions of people. You get on the winning team and start getting Super Bowls, motherfuckers forget all about whatever bitch you raped and whatever dog you killed. That shit don't nobody give a fuck about that shit at the end of the day when you winning championships. So you got teams that they don't give a fuck about that. They like, hey, we don't give a fuck about you posting our emails and text messages and shit. Get over here and run that ball. So it's not the end of the road for him. Closing, I do feel like he made a lot of mistakes, but at the end of the day, he's human. I feel like the text messages was a reaction to him being upset from a bitch that he had been banging out for years, trying to say that she was raped and trying to get in his pockets. So I think that if the NFL sought to get him and players like him the help that they got Josh Gordon with his weed addiction, then maybe things would have been better. I'm totally against the NFL trying to punish people for bitches making grossly false accusations. That's the biggest crock of shit I ever heard. So at the end of the day, I'ma stand by the black man and I'm going to wish him the best. I hope that whatever team he goes to, he reaches success. I'ma still wear his jersey. I'ma root for the team that he gonna with, cause I don't like the goddamn Patriots. No way, fuck them. So I wish him the best. I wish that the NFL would look more into recognizing false accusations and not just firing their players or punishing their players because a bitch wants some money. That's what it is at the end of the day. So we wish him the best. Fuck you, Brittany Taylor, and your lying ass talking about you got raped 3 times. So it's an insult to real rape victims out here, people who are really, really suffering from sexual assault and things like that. It's an insult. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna move on. It's been an amazing show. So right now, I want you all to make sure that you follow Marcus King Presents dash comedy. I want you to make sure that you follow Marcus King. I want you to make sure that you follow me because we have some amazing things in the works. We did not have callers today, but in the future, I want y'all to get set because we're going to have callers. We're going to be doing Skype. We're doing some live streaming. You could find Marcus King Presents on YouTube, and you can go back and you can look at these shows. And we have so many things that we're bringing to this platform that I want you guys to support. Follow my Instagram. My Instagram is Carmen Comedy, CarmenComedy, and follow and support my son as well. I think this is like the only mother and son radio show. I don't know if it is, but I'm sure it's the only one we talk about pussy and shit all the time. And fucking and all kind of inappropriate shit. But Cameron, go ahead and get them your shit so they can follow you and buy this fucking music so I can quit flying to these damn cities telling these jokes every weekend. Need you to blow up.
Camos Peso, CAM_PESO.
Camos Peso. It's all the music that you hear on Carmen Barton. Can You Hear Me Now? It's all music that's produced and performed by my son, who is the shit. He's underrated. I want y'all to be able to say that y'all supported him way back when, because it's great things happening for this young man. And me too. Look, I got some shit in the works. I'm about to blow up on you hoes. It's not finna be a game. I gained 6 pounds, but I'm about to lose it. And I'm about to be bad again. I'm one of them bitches. It's hard for me to lose weight because I'm so overconfident. And I was fat for years. I didn't even know I was a fat bitch until I had lost the weight. Can you imagine that? Thinking you skinny this whole time until you get skinny. Be like, I was a fat bitch and nobody said shit. But we got some amazing things in the work here at Carmen Barton. Can You Hear Me Now? And Marcus King Presents. So I want you guys to not be left out, to be completely in the loop. I love this studio here in Inglewood, California. I'm right around the corner from my house. I don't know what I'm about to do with this extra 4 hours of time that I don't have to sit in traffic looking at a broke down Buick in front of me. I'm just excited about it. So I want you all to remember to follow Marcus King Presents. Follow all of our platforms so that you can be abreast of what's going on. Yesterday was National Daughters Day. So I celebrated half the day because my daughter is like a lesbian and she like the dude. So I celebrated like half of the day, and I'm going to celebrate half of the son's day with her too. My daughter gonna be in the studio with me. We gonna be talking shit soon, man. My daughter is like one of my favorite people in the world. Like I've been kicking it with her a lot more, and she's hilarious. One of our favorite things to do is to act like we go together because she's clearly a stud, and so I look a lot younger than I really am. So when we go places, we be like all hugged up, and then we just, watch people look at us and shit all weird, and we be laughing at them and shit. And so that's my little boo, man. Happy half Daughters Day. Man, it's crazy. My daughter is so hilarious. She's so funny. We was in Panda Express on Crenshaw a few weeks ago, and the dude came in there trying to holler at me, and he was looking at my booty and shit, and all of a sudden she brought her ass out the car trying to defend my honor, and I'm like, bitch, this is a real man. He will whoop both of our ass in this goddamn Panda Express. I'm gonna need you to let him get his holler on, but that's my baby. I one of the things that I love about my daughter, it's amazing how someone can change your perspective on life. Um, every time I see a stud, when I used to see studs, I used to like try not to make eye contact with them
Mm-hmm.
because it was just uncomfortable for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know, I used to just really be looking at their titties
Mm.
because I was trying to figure out
Right,
like
how they
how they
getting
tape
hiding
them
it.
down. Like this bitch got double D's and they flat. Like I would be, but now I see the studs and I just smile and I'll be like, hey, start conversations and shit that I never did before. I talk about my daughter a lot on stage, and I had somebody approach me a couple of weeks ago, and they was telling me about how they was going through similar things with their daughter, being gay, and she was saying how she just didn't like it and how she been trying to pray and take her daughter to church. I just want to let all the parents know you cannot pray the gay out of your child. I don't give a fuck how much you pray and bring them to the altar. They still gonna strap on that dildo after church. So you wasting your fucking time trying to pray your daughter out of gayness because it's happening. So I told the lady to just accept it. My main thing with my daughter is I think that it's unfortunate that I had to, she had to go through near death experiences for me to accept her sexuality. Because I'm like, I think I'd rather you be gay than dead. So let's just roll with this gay shit. So you gotta accept your kids. You gotta let your kids do them. My kids are grown, they're doing their own thing. It could be much worse shit that she could be doing, and she got her own place. She got her own little drawer for her little dildos. That shit is not in my house. It don't have nothing to do with me. And so as long as she is happy, I am happy. So I want to encourage all the parents who are struggling with their children's sexuality to just accept it. Now, I admit that it would probably be a lot more difficult for me to accept one of my sons being gay. Both of my sons are straight, and I'm glad because I wouldn't let them never drink out of my cups or no shit like that.
I want to drink it after you anyway.
Fuck you, nigga. I can't. It's one thing for me to eat ass, but you out here eating another man's ass is not. You will not drink out of my glasses. I will have plastic cups for you at all times. Like, I just, I know I shouldn't. I know this wrong. I don't give a fuck. This is Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now? You get your own goddamn radio show, then you can talk shit about how you feel. But this is how the fuck I feel. I'm just so glad that I don't have to deal with one of my kids getting their asshole blown out and sitting at my table and discussing the shit with me. Because me and my kids, we have very open relationships where my son can come to me tell me anything. You can come to me tell me anything. You came to me told me about how your girl wasn't sucking your dick enough, and I was there to help you. I would much rather have that conversation than you to tell me about how you got your asshole blown out. I don't want to hear that shit. So I'm glad that it's my daughter that's gay and not my son, because I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know how I would deal with it. I just don't. But it is what it is. I would still love you, but you ain't drinking out my goddamn cup. So that's what it is. So I just want to encourage all the parents. I'm just kidding. If my son was gay, I would listen to the stories about his asshole getting blown out. I would. I would offer you a little butt pad to help, and the little tux pad that
Don't be
helps
trying to
soothe it.
speak stuff into it. Don't be
I'm
trying to speak
hey
stuff.
hey.
That's what you trying to do.
You be wearing them tight ass pants. I don't know if it's anything.
I'm skinny. I wear skinny
I'm
pants.
just saying. I don't know. No, I don't know. I think I don't know. I had enough dealing with you and Kaylin fucking white bitches. I was like,
Wow.
yeah, I think I'd rather you be gay than fuck a white bitch.
What?
Like, yeah, shit. I don't like.
Now that
Man,
That
Kaylin
is
was
messed
telling
up.
no. Kaylin told me about how he was dating a little white girl,
Uh-huh.
and so I was like, he was like, yeah, ma, she's really cool, and she took me to this gym, and this gym was amazing. It was so big, and it had this, and then I'm that, and so I'm like, so did you fuck her after the gym? And he was all like, oh, I haven't fucked her yet. And I was so upset. Like, what is the point of fucking with a white bitch if you not fucking her? What the fuck? You just hanging out with this bitch? Like, why are you
That's how
not
it be.
fucking the white bitch? You should be coming in the back of this bitch throat.
how
This
it-
bitch owes you for all
Uh-uh.
these decades and years and centuries of enslavement. The least you could be doing with this white bitch is fucking her. Like, why are you just going to the gym with this bitch? This is ridiculous. I just didn't understand
He's
it.
a gentleman.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Fuck that.
I like that though. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What, the white girl shit?
Ain't nothing wrong with
Um,
different ethnicities.
Man, look, I was hanging out with my cousin and her white husband.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, my cousin,
Exactly.
like all my cousins got white husbands. They all
So
got
I don't
white
get what's the
husbands.
difference. What's the difference?
Well, I mean, it's no difference. I actually like my cousin white husband because he's one of these woke white. He white woke. So
what does
so
that
he
mean?
so he woke. Like this motherfucker is conscious about and he going the extra mile to learn about his wife's culture and shit like that. But at the end of the day, this motherfucker's still a white boy. She told me that he bought her a house, so at least he ain't no broke white boy. I'm like, she got her a white boy with some money. He bought her a house, and and she struggles with him doing white people shit. Like, so they had a problem with their toilet, and one of the toilets in their house, something was wrong. It wasn't flushing right, and so she goes and gets the little $10 piece to put inside the toilet to fix it. It was a leak and it was a screw or some shit, So she's like, I'll just grab this on my way home, and to fix it. In the meantime, this white boy done went and bought a whole new toilet. I'm like, that is some white people shit if I ever heard of it. You ain't even gonna try to fix this shit, nigga? That is some white privilege shit. He done bought a whole new goddamn toilet. She took that shit back and fixed that shit with that screw.
I'm not gonna lie, I've done that a couple times where I just like I don't feel like.
When have you ever bought a toilet, nigga?
Not
This is
to buy a
news to me
toilet.
because you ain't bought shit around my crib. You don't know
Not
how
a
to fix
toilet.
shit or nothing.
I mean, just like little stuff, like small stuff. I'm like, well, I don't feel like trying to fix it, so I'll just
So give me an example. I want to hear this shit. What the fuck did you fix?
like blinds or something. Like
What?
if it's the blinds just broke, I'd rather
Oh,
just buy no.
It ain't no way to fix blinds.
Exactly.
You talking
No,
about
some people they try to like tape it together.
once you be nosy looking at your neighbors for so long, it's time to replace the goddamn blinds. Ain't no way to wash it. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back for our last 20 minutes to Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now? You're listening to Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. We'll be right back.
Be right back.
See, your ass wasn't even ready. That's what I'm saying. Fucking with them white girls, they got you slow.
Bottom line, flat out, you really don't run it. I'm a Timberwolf breed, you a bitch that's worth hunting. I'ma come with you and see if you really wanted something or just wanted to agree. There ain't really no opponents. My components consist of real problems and drugs. My little sister had a bean, she was trying to grow some love. Brother on the team, he was trying to rack 'em up. My little cousins had the beams, they might slack me for a nub. I might hype you like it's love. Back to your residence, you really ain't seen enough to try to come stretch with us. You really ain't bleed enough to be a blood relative. Might fuck your whole team up, cause I don't like competitors who better than I. One mysterious guy, you really surprised that I was right here all the time. You should've looked more near the bottom. Niggas a lot that say they heard about you, they come back and say that they ain't heard about them. Service probably fucked up like landlines is. Go stand by kids and see if you can catch my drift. Got blessed by winds, the summer over. Go be a harsh, cold winter when the winters come back. Just the winter's over. I admit, I got a few problems. I probably still got some. I probably still want them. I hope you forget about all the harm done. You probably want karma for all of your daughters. Quit saying that shit. You saying that's it, but damn, I got some more. All I hear is A, but niggas never made the honor roll. All I hear is snake that's probably coming from my collar, bro. All I hear is A because they can't get this shit kinda glow. But I'ma stay legit. I would change. I guess this common sense. Okay, I'm kinda with the shit. My products really stay. Come here and take a whiff. You don't know what to say, but you're so talkative. Just close your mouth and pray. I hope your God can hear. Okay, it's steady haze, and it's obviously because I got a better bang than the clock when it squeezes. I hope you feeling on your tank. Please get all that you need before we hit the road today. I'ma spark up a tree. Cash in the safe, cause I had to. Tryna get that bag, tryna move it, that's a bad move, bad move. You ain't help me scrape, so get back, fool, bathroom. Shitting on these niggas' stomachs, that full. Wait, I guess I got to wait. I'm hungry as the fuck I'm gonna take. I had to run it up, you run it to the fame. I guess I ain't the one, I'm Neo to the face. Wait, fuck them all, really. Popping up with no effort at all. Willie, stopping us ain't gonna help the cause any. Lock them up, these niggas commit fraud. Silly, but I'ma stay legit. You claim you got the blaze, my players got some sticks. They may take you away, your stuff is out of here. You thought that I would change, I guess this common sense. Okay, I'm kinda with the shit. My products really stay. Come here and take a whiff. You don't know what to say, but you're so talkative. Just close your mouth and pray. I hope your God can hear. Okay, it's steady haze, and it's obviously because I got a better bang than the clock when it squeezes. I hope you feeling on your tank. Please get all that you need before we hit the road today. I'ma spark up a tree. Okay. Okay.
Welcome back to Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now? Woo. We've had an amazing show today. Like I said, don't forget to check out Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy via
Talk about the past, but I'm the future. My stories get
YouTube.
bad, 'cause I would shoot you with that instead of having a backtrack.
Because on YouTube is where you'll be able to listen to the show, comment, let me know what you think. Follow my Instagram, Carmen Comedy. It don't be shit on there but a bunch of pictures and shit. I am one of these Instagrammers that be doing a lot. I'm trying to save myself for the stage, um, which is kind of controversial. People be like, you need to do more videos. You need to go do more stuff. But I'm like, y'all will see me later. So we've had an amazing show. We've come to my favorite part of the show where my son is going to break down the hip hop review. The hip hop review is Cameron's take on what is, going on in hip hop. Cameron, what you got for us?
Well, today, Jay-Z, well, not today, but this happened a few months ago, actually. Jay-Z is producing a new Netflix film called The Harder They Fall. Jay-Z has inked a deal with Netflix to produce the movie, which will have actors Jonathan Majors, who is best known for his role in White Boy Rick and the Last Black Man in San Francisco. The
Okay.
special is written and directed by James Samuel. Samuel worked closely with Jay-Z on the past projects, including the Great Gatsby soundtrack. The Harder They Fall will be his directional debut. He will assist Hove on the film's production alongside power producers James Lassitter, I think that's how you say it, James Lassitter, and Lawrence Bender. So yeah.
Okay, so Jay-Z steady he trying to
Yeah.
be a multi-billionaire now.
Some
Now
of my
shit.
favorites. That's one of my, he got to. I feel like we deserve even more. Like I can't wait till he's like has a whole bunch of just rappers coming up as billionaires and stuff out of nowhere. They like, dang, where they coming from? Like that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. I'm happy about that. I'm glad. I can't wait to see what it comes out to.
What else is going on in hip hop review? You said something with Cardi B, right?
Yeah. So this also in a couple months ago, Cardi B and Kendrick Lamar are the only two rappers to have every song on the solo album certified gold or above. Yep.
What?
Yep.
Say that shit again. Cardi B and Kendrick Lamar
Are
are
the
the
only
only two
two rappers
artists to have every song on their album
on a
certified
solo
gold.
album. Yep. On a
Solo
solo
album.
album. Uh, yep. Be certified gold or above. Yep.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
Kendrick Lamar has 24.5 million certifications. Cardi B has 28.5 million certifications. So yeah,
That's
they hit
crazy.
numbers. Yeah.
They doing numbers. They said Cardi B was gonna be a one-hit wonder. She on these hoes like,
Uh huh.
nope,
Yep.
not at all, bitch.
Lie.
Certified gold. That's amazing. That's
Yep.
amazing. I'm a, I'm a fan of everybody.
Mhm.
I think I like Cardi B's. Cardi B, she's going above and
No, you
beyond.
don't. Stop lying.
No, I said I like what I like about Cardi B
Uh huh.
is that she goes above and beyond with as far as using her platform.
Uh huh.
You'll see Cardi B talking about politics
Yeah.
and encouraging people to vote,
Uh huh.
and uh, you know, I really like that.
Mhm.
Now as far as a lyricist, and a rapper in general, it's not a Cardi versus Nicki thing, but I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. I like Nicki Minaj's voice.
Mm.
I like her outlook. She done a lot of goofy shit, especially.
You said she done a lot of good
She's recently done a lot of goofy shit as
Uh-huh.
far as, accepting the competition.
Mm.
But I'm still, Nicki Minaj all day, and I
Her
like,
new boyfriend.
huh?
You like her new boyfriend?
I mean, he cool. It's all good. I mean, I like
Has a rape
Tiffany
allegation.
Fox from St. Louis. I'm a fan of her. I'm a fan of Cash Doll. I'm also a fan of
Cash doll, she dope.
the new chick. What's her name?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Meg Thee Stallion. I like her.
Dope. I'm listening to her
Yeah.
heavy. I like her. A
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, so, I don't feel like we should have to choose
Right.
between Cardi and Nicki, but I think that Cardi has always had that voice that I can't sit and listen to an entire Cardi B album. I don't think that I would be able to
Dang.
not that. Yeah, like that's just my personal preference, but um I love the fact that she was an underdog and came up, and they said that she couldn't do it, and they said that she was gonna be a one-hit wonder. When you have a machine behind you, it's inevitable. Success is inevitable. So she
Yep.
got that machine behind her. She got the talent. She got the body. They said once she had the baby, it was gonna be over. She's steady fucking them up.
Mhm.
I like her love story. Um, Constantly taking back a nigga that's cheating. That's the typical. That's the typical, love story. I mean, you ain't never been in, when you in love, I don't give a fuck what that nigga do. When you love that nigga, you gon', especially when you young, you love that nigga, you gonna take that nigga back. I don't give a fuck what that nigga do. When you old like me, nigga, you got one chance to fuck up and it's over. I will walk the fuck away quick as hell. I wish you would have me out here looking stupid. Shit. But I'm 43 and Cardi B is what?
I don't know. She like I think 30,
Late 20s, early
late
30s.
Yeah, late 20s.
Yeah, but I'm here for her and her husband. I'm glad she took him back, and he seems to have slowed down as far as the shit that he doing in the entertaining and all of that shit.
She's 26.
26, yeah, she young.
Hella young.
26, yeah. I was at 26. I was the dumbest bitch ever. I was. You go through that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You go through that dumb shit. That's another reason why I give a lot of these chicks passes. But when you 35, steady doing dumb shit, stalking motherfuckers, and mad that your baby daddy moved on and all that dumb shit, like sit your ass down, like. And then what it is to me is just it goes back to what we was talking about in the show earlier about having a circle around you. Like when I was going through my dumb stages, it was before social media, so nobody really saw me being dumb, but people in my immediate circle. So now, when you being dumb in front of the whole fucking world, and there's a difference. But when you have positive people around you to tell you, "Hey, you look stupid," you know what I'm saying? Like when you break up with somebody and all you do is talk about them and they new relationship and this and that, it's clear that you're not over that individual and you look stupid. But everybody don't have a proper circle around them. So I just want to briefly go back into that and say that just like all these athletes that doing dumb shit and these people with, positive people in their circle, I think a lot of these bitches need people in their circle too, because a lot of dumb shit is going on. So we about to call it a day. I'm so glad that y'all joined us today. I do not apologize for shit that I said today about all of the shit that's going on. I stand on my shit. If you don't like it, fuck you. That's the type of bitch that I am. This is Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now? And I'm just trying to get my point of view across to the world. I know I can't be the only chick with this point of view, but maybe I am. And because I am, that's what makes it different. So I want to give a huge shout out to vibrationfrequency.com. Vibration Frequency has given us this amazing platform to come and do our show. Couple of issues going on with our dash building. They're getting some new things going on, but I love it over here. Shout out to Frequency Vibration. Visit them and support them out of Inglewood, California. And I'm about to get the fuck out of here. You got anything to say closing? Log on, support Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. Marcus King, period. He the boss man. He actually in the building today. And so I want to give a huge shout out. I shouldn't have said that. All his damn bitches and stalkers going to show up to this motherfucker. He got his security. Leave him the fuck alone. So shout out to everybody on the Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. We in Inglewood. I'm loving it. And we going to see y'all next week right here, 11 a.m. on the West Coast, 1 p.m. on the East Coast. You've been listening to Carmen Barton. Can you hear me now?
Trying to rub on her, that's why you asking for help. You know damn well that she got a man here for good, but you still trying to fuck my mama, bitch, you better run. Look, my mama been with me since I was a fetus. Just me and her, we broke, so who the fuck was gonna feed us? Man, Jesus, man, what we gon' do? We really need you. While I was up in school, she was scheming on the teachers, trying to finesse them for their Jews. We knew cash rules, but we had to laugh at the truth. I know my mama crazy. I know she floss a lot. She never say it, but I know she need that parking spot to be filled by someone I know who truly loves her. You a buster, so I know you probably don't know what that is. And you better keep your hands to yourself. Asking me for a question, you asking to just be dealt with. Fam, quit bugging, trying to have these little discussions about nothing. No, you fake that to get me off your shit. Real, man. Shout out to all of them. Shout out to Bucks, Ham, stepdads, you know. Thinking they finna come and run shit. Y'all run shit. Y'all ain't coming and run shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all about us. It's all about the kids, you know what I'm saying? We been running this shit. We been a family. If you trying to add to that shit,